Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Denver Nuggets.
And that game against Brooklyn, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start to the year.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. The Cell in the wing along with Johnson. Boozer is out there with Klingon. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, we've got the Beast. Wembanyama is out there with Doncic. Then it's Sharp and it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And the Spurs start out with the ball. All right, Brent, a fresh season of NBA basketball. How excited are you?
Oh, man, Kevin, on a scale of 1 to 10, can I go 20? I mean, we've been waiting for these games to start for months. The offseason seems endless, and there's always drama about player movement, who's going where, and expectation, but nothing better than getting that ball thrown up. And let's see these guys go at it. A
Cell against Sharp. Van Vliet wide open from outside off the mark. Wembanyama down low. He's covered by Boozer. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shot. So he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Hey, Brent, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excel?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Klingon. Just 3 to shoot. And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That is his first foul of the game.
Just didn't get squared up.
Here to see that powerful rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Van Vliet. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that 3-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc.
Here's the Beast. Doncic with a screen on Van Vliet. Out to Doncic. The 3. Boozer with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough hope. to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Second team foul.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Vassell outside. Thompson against Boozer. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
The court awareness improving with time. Johnson with a great pass there.
Here's the Beast driving to the basket. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now Sharp following the miss by Fred VanVleet from deep. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And Klingon pulls it down. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Here's Doncic. San Antonio with the rebound.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Pass to VanVleet. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And there's the strength and determination VanVleet's known for. He battles nonstop.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls,
the previous play is under review.
So fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effective.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Throw good, VanVleet.
And, you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred VanVleet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Fires the 3. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Just a gutsy play from Sharp as he goes inside and absorbs all the contact.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Vassell against Sharp. Here's VanVleet. Wembanyama with the rebound.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Eye-popping talent from Doncic. We don't see many players with his size and skill set.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
San Antonio making a switch here. Thorpe's checked in.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
VanVleet can't get it to go. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2, and Thompson throws it down.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Now here's VanVleet. He's covered closely. Pass to Thorpe. Shoots the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And here is Van Vliet. He's got 9. Down low. And it's swinging with the jam.
A great pass by Van Vliet. His first job on this squad is to facilitate.
Pass to Sharp. Here's the beast. Doncic outside. Fires away from way outside. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Vassell outside. Tipped away. And stolen by Sharp. Here's the beast. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here.
Third team foul.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Defensive foul. Fred VanVleet. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Checking out the numbers for the Beast. Last season, he played outstanding. First in assists, and he was top 5 in field goal percentage. Never settling, always working to get a good look.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor. An absolute magician with the basketball. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 9. Pass to Thorpe. Lets it go from deep. He can't get that one.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Doncic. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And what a struggle it has been yet to convert a single shot from the field.
San Antonio again missing. Portland leading by 5. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Klingon. Now here's Van Vliet. It's Vassell on the wing. Johnson a wide open look. And again, unable to change momentum here. Close it up for Wembanyama. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
There's Van Vliet. Johnson outside. Klingon the screen for Johnson. Goes up at the stripe. Drained for 2 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Doncic with a screen on Van Vliet. Pass to Doncic. They get a hand on it. Johnson with it. Picked up by Thompson. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Vassell with it. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Spurs trail by 9. Vassell outside. Back to Van Vliet. There's the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Van Vliet's got 12 in the game.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Sharp against Johnson. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. And you look at the Beast, 5th in the NBA. Very crafty player.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Campbell is checked in for Klingon. Murray comes in for Keldon Johnson. And Castle is subbed in for Vassell. Count that one. And that's now 9 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Portland. Rizache is coming in for Doncic. And it's Koulibaly in for Thompson. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Kings checked in for Campbell. Pass to Castle. Here's Thorpe. Hasn't made one yet. 6 to shoot. Now Van Vliet. There's the triple. Portland grabs the miss. Wembanyama's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And the dunk by Rizache.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Pass to King. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. That shot wide open.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
The Beast passes to Wembanyama. Here's Koulibaly. Here's the three. Drills the three-pointer.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Castle. For 3, Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Koulibaly.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Lets it go from the wing. That one wide left.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see a miss from there.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Vassell, he's checked in for the Spurs. Terry Rozier comes in for Fred Van Vliet.
Terry Rozier the third.
Portland leading by 10. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. Fires from the line. A shot that time, not on target. And San Antonio has possession. Vassell kicks to Rozier. Pass to Thorpe. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And once Rozier spots that hole in the defense, he just doesn't hesitate. Just sends the ball to an open shooter.
Nice to the hoop.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Vassell outside. Shot from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And that high release point really helps Vassell in that mid-range area.
At the top of the key, Rizache. There's the screen. Takes the 3. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Rozier the best of Vassell. Murray sets a screen for Vassell. Trying to find Murray, and he gets it to him. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Offensive rebound.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
The Beast. Some solid defense from Rozier. 1 second left. That shot, no good. And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes. Here in a second. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the court for San Antonio. Devin Vassell out there with Murray. Then it's Castle. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Thorpe in at the center position. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA. And sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Both good from the line that time. Portland leading by 8. Now, here's Dunn. Pass to Doncic. Off target with his 3.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Here's Thorpe. Dunn covering. 9 feet out. Thorpe can't make it work.
And they continue to control the glass.
Thompson sets the pick for Dunn. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Now, here's Vassell. Defense right on him. Murray a screen on Dunn. Here's Rozier. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
For Rozier to be effective, that's just what he has to do. Keep moving. Don't sit back and be passive.
Dunn outside. Pass to Thompson. Here's Koulibaly. Second chance effort. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here is Murray. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now Rozier. And Thompson sends it back. And they recover it. Shot clock at 2. Castle misses. Trailblazers leading by 10. Doncic left side. Rozier against Dunn. Doncic with the block.
The anticipation is there for Luka on defense.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thompson, a screen on Rozier to the middle. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Castle. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Beast comes in for Chris Dunn. Pass to Castle. Now here's Vassell. From past the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Vassell's got his second basket of the night.
And what do you expect from Vassell? He's an accurate shooter from the perimeter.
Inside, Wembanyama. Easy money for Wembanyama.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
There's a screen. Rozier for three. And the Beast pulls it down. The Beast's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Thompson. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Blazers.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Yeah, I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Klingon, and it's Klingon with the jam.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
The Beast passes to Wembanyama, and it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Like a fierce two-hander. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond Green, says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Rozier, he's checked in for San Antonio. Johnson outside. That three off the mark.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Spurs trail by 12. Here's Castle. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
84% 44%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
For the Trailblazers, Naz Reid, he's checked in for Amen Thompson, and Shaedon Sharpe subbed in for the Beast.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Doncic. Rozier with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Reed against Johnson. Poked away. Wembanyama left side. Pass to Reed. Now Wembanyama. He's got 13. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Rozier the pass to Johnson. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And the Spurs with some changes. Hooser comes in for Castle. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Rozier. Hooser passes to VanVleet. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And Reed throws it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. VanVleet passes to Johnson. Elbow shot is on the way. Reed with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Doncic with the bucket.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Pass to Johnson. To the inside. Spurs working the ball around now. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Portland leading by 17. Doncic with it, and it's Vassell picking him up. Doncic, no good.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Vassell kicks to VanVleet. To the paint. Here's Boozer. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And since he entered the league, Vassell's playmaking has really come a long way. He is a solid creator.
Here's Sharpe. It's blocked. Johnson with it. And it's Vassell in the corner. Doncic with the steal. Sharpe on the wing. Covered by Johnson. And it's Doncic missing.
Going to struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And the basket by Vassell.
And there is no hesitation on Vassell's catch-and-shoot jumpers. Any sort of room, and he's letting it fly.
Here's Doncic. The rebound by the Spurs.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Wembanyama, a screen. Down low. And Wembanyama with the flush.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Here's Vassell. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. Number one, the Trailblazers.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
Castles checked in for Vassell. Pass to Coulibaly. Three-pointer. And Klingon pulls it down. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Castle. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Castle's got 6.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Wembanyama, a screen. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Donovan Clingan.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
Good on the second free throw. San Antonio's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Van Vliet on the wing. He's defended by Koulibaly. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Johnson. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
He runs so well for his size. Wembanyama knows how to finish on the break.
And it's Clingan with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Doncic passes to Wembanyama. Here's Sharp. Boozer with the rebound. Boozer's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Doncic missing. Spurs trail by 12. Johnson outside. Here's Boozer. And it's Portland with the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Clingan with the steal. He takes it in. And it's Clingan with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Johnson. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
It's good.
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Boozer. Van Vliet on the wing. He's defended by Koulibaly. Clock at 4. Launches a 3. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be eating at him just a bit.
Spurs trail by 12. 43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Good chance here for Johnson. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Johnson's got his second basket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Reed with a screen on Johnson. Doncic kicks to Reed. 3-pointers off the mark. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Spurs shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
Alex Caruso is checked in for Sharp. Spurs trail by 9. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And here is Johnson. Boozer a screen on Doncic. Doncic with the steal. The deep 3 from Wembanyama. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Trailblazers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly.
Good to be with you for halftime. Let's check in on the NBA action coming up later tonight. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
Hey, my mistake, big fella. Someone put crazy talk on the teleprompter. I was just, going along with it for giggles.
I'm not giggling, Ernie.
Come on, try it. Come on. I bet I can make you giggle.
I'm ticklish. I'm ticklish. I don't want to
Come on. Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Portland Trail Blazers.
They're moving at a high speed. When they get in space, they really push the pace. Makes them hard to keep up with.
Yeah, several times the defense couldn't get back. That created all sorts of mismatches.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books.